Good afternoon, everybody. It is once again Ted the Speed Learner, and I'm going to address this video to Johnny Birchtold. And the reason I'm going to do this is he put out a video telling this fictitious YouTube story. So, I'm going to critique it. It starts out with a young lady, and I guess this is a fictitious story, and she's leaving school and she's afraid of all the other girls, and so she ends up tripping and falling. The books fall everywhere. The kids are laughing. Okay. First of all, if those kids are as bullying as what I think they are, they wouldn't just be laughing. No, they would probably be accosting her at that moment. So that's very unrealistic. I'm sorry that's the way it is, but that's probably what they would do. So this gal has very good reason to worry. And if I were her, I would have just picked those books up as quick as I could and I'd have taken off. Even if I had to leave a few of them behind. You always go back. If they rip them apart, you can say, well, these gals just ripped my books apart. What am I supposed to do now? Okay? So, anyway, we have the bullies. They're supposedly just laughing. They probably would not be laughing. They would probably be accosting this girl right at this point. Anyway, she leaves them and she starts walking down this 2-lane road. It's a 2-lane blacktop. I have to admire her courage to walk all by herself down a 2-lane blacktop. But then I have to ask the question about this. Why are the parents allowing her to do this? If I were a parent, I wouldn't let that happen. Either she and her friends would walk down that road, or I would provide some kind of transportation to get that gal home. With all the abductions and bullying that goes on these days, that's very unsafe. I disagree with that 100%. Okay. So, you say, well, maybe she could ride a bus. Yeah, the bullies may ride on the bus with her. That's just as bad. How many kids have been bullied on buses? There you go. One of the things I would probably do as a parent is I would find some way to do at least some homeschooling for the child. That's just me. Knowing what goes on in schools these days, I either find her a better school or just flat out I would homeschool her. Alright. Now, she finally arrives home. She's just thrilled about coming home. She's going to find this home-cooked meal, and she's going to go in and she's going to do her homework, and she's going to be a good kid. What's the parent say? Order a pizza. Okay. Now, does that mean that the parent has to cook each and every meal that kid eats? It could mean that, or at her age, what I would do is on the weekends, I would teach her how to cook. There's no reason why she shouldn't learn how to cook. And the thing is, she could learn how to prepare meals ahead of time, have them in the freezer ready to go, and then all of a sudden when she came home, she wouldn't even have to ask what meals she had. She'd just go pull something out of the freezer, warm it up in the microwave, and eat. There's no harm in teaching a kid how to cook, even if you have to work alongside of her during those weekends. Say, hey, we are going to cook, and we're going to cook meals so that you'll have meals for the week and you won't have to order out a pizza. Now, if you're doing this on a Friday night, it's a Friday night, she's got the weekend off, and you're just ordering a pizza for the weekend, I understand that. That's okay, that's cool. Once a week, that's not a big deal. But to constantly have that kid ordering out a pizza, that is not good, heart, healthy sense. Period. I know I'm going to get jabbed for this, but I'm telling you, if you don't want her to have heart problems later on, don't do that. Okay, so she goes to her bedroom, and she starts the typical sedentary lifestyle. Nope. That kid would be on an exercise program. You say, well, I can't afford the exercise equipment. That's what my channel is here for, and I'll get into that in a minute. Okay? So the kid's sitting down doing her homework, and she just feels rotten. She feels like she has no friends, so on and so forth. Well, the sedentary lifestyle with the poor diet habits, I can imagine why. So she starts clicking and she starts watching YouTube. That's the first smart move she's made. Only thing is that she keeps clicking on these videos, watching channels that I don't mind people watching those channels. I like watching Nigga Higa. I like watching Himijim. I like watching iJustine. I like watching Hot for Words. And I definitely like... there's another channel I'm trying to think of. Hang on just a second. It's going to come to me. Oh, Jenna Marbles. I like watching those channels. That's not the problem. Okay? So she wants to watch that for a few minutes, fine. The problem is that's all she's watching. Wrong. At her age, she needs to tune into a channel like mine. Here, you're going to find information that you could take with you and accelerate your learning capacity and then be able to raise your GPA where you could be put in advanced placement courses so you'll meet new people that might actually like you for who you are. And you might be encouraged to keep right on going. And the best part about it is if you come to my channel, alright, I will talk to you. You may not like everything I have to say, but I will definitely talk to you. I notice when people talk to me. You come over here, you leave a comment, you leave a video response, I will comment back. I will talk to you back. I don't care how many subscribers I end up getting after this. I will definitely talk to you back. It may take me a while. I didn't say it'd be immediate, but I will come back. Trust me. Okay. So does this gal make any other smart decisions? Yes, she does. She's obviously good at money management because what she does is instead of spending her allowance on some cheap toy that gives her a thrill for 5 minutes, she actually wisely goes out and buys a digital camera. But hey, wait a minute. When you start out on YouTube, you don't need that big of a tripod. You can buy a little tiny $3 to $5 iPod and put that camera on that tripod and have a desk like what I do and talk to people that way. You don't need some massive tripod. Do you think I use that thing way over there all the time? No, I don't. When I'm out in the field, I do. But in here, it's not necessary. I got books. I got a desk area. I put the little tripod up, put the camera up, and I talk. If you're going to be on YouTube, don't be shy. Just say what's on your mind and let it go. Okay? Of course, be dignified with that. I never said not to be dignified, but I'm just saying just speak your mind and let it go. People, some are going to like you, some are not. That is a warning to you. Some people are going to like you, some people are not. And some people are going to lie to you and say they like you, and they really don't. Watch out for that too. Okay? You have to discern who's giving you the comment, what they're saying, and who they are to determine whether they like you or not. That's a lot to think about, but it's true. Because if somebody writes you a comment and you go to their channel, they don't have a single subscriber, they don't have a single view, they reveal nothing about themselves, then probably they're either a robot or they're a troll. Now, sometimes I can be wrong on that. And I'm very thankful if I am wrong. Yes, even I can make a mistake. I never said I couldn't. But I'm saying it is very likely that if somebody leaves you this beautiful comment, you go to their channel, you find out they have no subscribers, no views, nothing. You can't find a single thing about that person. They're either a robot or they're a troll. Very likely. Now, that's not always the case, but it's likely. Now, when you go to a person's channel, they got 50, 60 subscribers, they've got about 20, 30, maybe 2,000, 3,000 views, and on top of that, they reveal a little bit about themselves. They actually have videos posted. You can see what they're like. Then That's probably a more sincere compliment. You might want to keep those people around. Okay? And if these people immediately subscribe to you, that's a very good sign. They're probably your friend. And I say this to all of those who are out there and end up stumbling on my channel. If you talk to me and then subscribe to me, there's a very good chance I might go ahead and subscribe back. And there's a very good chance I might respond to you. Okay, so she goes out, buys the digital camera. Again, I was sitting there going, well, the tripod, yeah, okay. Now, the thing about the digital camera is that if you don't get the rechargeable battery, you're going to end up buying a whole bunch of lithium batteries, which are highly expensive. And then you have the waste afterwards because those lithium batteries are not rechargeable. So it's always best to buy a digital camera with a rechargeable battery. That's wise. So you go out, you buy the digital camera, you make sure it has the rechargeable batteries, you get a tiny tripod, you get a desk set like I do, you go out, you get yourself a nice chair like what I've got, start making presentations. The thing about what she did with her allowance money was she did good money management. That's a compliment. Okay? So she gets up on YouTube and people start watching her, some of them being real sincere, saying that they like her, that she's beautiful, whole 9 yards. I would frame every sincere compliment you ever get. Matter of fact, I would save them in your inbox. I would save every comment you get, period. Because sometimes you may want to go back and readdress those comments. I know I do. When I get a comment, I don't delete it. I read it. And I save it. And if I want to come back later on and deal with it, I will. Whether it be good or bad. You are going to meet nice people here on YouTube. And I'm a pretty nice guy. And then you're also going to meet a lot of trolls and a lot of jerks. Be forewarned. Okay? So, she gets these wonderful compliments. She perks up. She's happy. She's glowing. She's full of life again. There are some days it's going to be like that. And then there's some days you're going to just be outraged, angry, furious. And you'd be half tempted to throw up a video and just let people know exactly what you think of them. Be careful doing that. You have to have a well-constructed argument to smash down theirs. That is one of the things that's gotten me in trouble a lot, is that I will throw up a half-baked video thinking that I've said what I needed to say, and then I come back and I'm thinking, you know what? These people are back in preschool, so we've got to go back and we got to do this all over again. Only this time I've got to explain things in a preschool level. And so I do. And for those people that are out there, let me say that I do apologize if I don't give you a more thorough video as a video response. I try to do the best I can, but sometimes with my limited schedule, I do tend to make mistakes. I am not perfect in any way, shape, or form. Okay? And you can see this from time to time. Sometimes I do have to go back and do my homework, and yes, sometimes I'm very lazy. So then I have to go back, do my homework, then come on here and do a follow-up video. And I've done this more than once. So just because you've seen one video of mine doesn't mean that you've seen everything on the topic. You may have to come back a little later on where I may have to clarify a few points. I know this weekend I'm going to be making some videos that will clarify a few points from a previous video. And I've had to do this because somebody just didn't quite understand what I was saying. And I'm like, okay, you must not have made it past the 3rd grade. But alright. So, to summarize, positive points. This gal, although was a bit cowardly when facing with those bullies, which probably was a good thing. There's no reason to get into a fight unless you have to. This gal was very brave to walk herself home. And she is a wise money manager by saving up her allowance money and getting something that could potentially make her income in the future. Not to mention the fact that it would get her a lot of fame. Now, fame sometimes is a good thing, and sometimes it's not so good. Just depends. And she wisely got on YouTube to find new friends. That was a smart thing. So, what were some of the things she did wrong? Personally, if your parents aren't going to arrange transportation to get you down that 2-lane road, I would take the initiative. I would make some friends somehow and find a way for your friends and you to get down that road together so you are not in a situation where you are in immediate danger. If your parents can't care about that, you need to. Second thing, I would find some cooking channels and learn how to cook. And then cook on the weekends, preparing your meals for the week. Grown-ups do things like this. You need to learn how. Number 3. Don't sit there and just watch iJustine, Nigga Higga, Hemi Jeep, Ray William Johnson, and the list goes on and on. Don't just watch those channels. Also watch channels like mine, which can help you get your GPA up. And I will continue assisting you until your GPA is so high that they put you in advanced placement courses and you get all these little scholarships and everything else. I'll keep working with you until that happens. Okay? So, I know that was a lot to digest. That is my critique of the video. If you have any questions or comments, you can go ahead and leave them down here below. I will tell you more in a future video. Stay tuned.